welcome Jonathon Hansler to the show.
Thank you very much.
So he will be talking today on a topic called Hero's Journey.
Yeah.
And he will be explaining
what that means.
What that means.
Well, it's coined by a guy called Joseph Campbell, who wrote a book about it. And it's the idea that we face a lot of obstacles in our life. And some face them more than most. And I certainly fall into that camp. I'll run it very quickly. I'm currently writing a movie a little bit based on my life, but all fictional. All the characters are fictionalized. So the story is true, but the character's not. So, in other words, it gives you more room to expand on a story. But I've also written a one-man show based on my life called Funny in the Head. And the idea being that, funny means funny, haha, very funny, but what's behind the smile, what's behind the laughter, what's behind that? And often you find with comedians there's a lot of sadness, there's a great deal of, upset. And they sometimes, how do they get through that? Well, they drink, or they take drugs, or they do all these things. And I did them all. I'm an ex-alcoholic. I'm now 10 and a half years dry, only 10. I gave up on January the 24th, 2014, after doing a meditation session. A Buddhist, I went off and did, Buddhist, sorry, it wasn't Buddhist, it was called Vipassana meditation.
Okay.
And you spend 10 days in complete silence. And you meditate from, I think it was 4 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. You have meals in between, and that
you must have a lot of patience, yeah.
Yes, I've had to learn that. This industry requires so much patience anyway. It's such a difficult one, because it's rather like having a lucky dip. You don't know what you're going to pick. It's like when Forrest Gump, he says, "Well, life's like a box of chocolates. Don't know what you're going to get." And that's kind of a little bit like what it's like in our industry. It really is kind of, you don't know what you're picking. Whether you're going to, one day it's going to be a really bad, a Coca-Cola bottle, or the next day it'll be a black magic or a very nice truffle. It's my comedy side coming out. It's my way of coping.
Yeah, it's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
So, if you could tell us about your story.
Yeah, sure.
So,
well, I was born to a military family which kind of totally didn't suit me. And the funny thing is, as a Buddhist, one of the things you realise is that it's up to you whether you believe this or you don't. But in Buddhism, you kind of believe like you're kind of assigned to a family. It's like you come into this life via you're almost set up. So people say, if you make the decision that you want to go through life completely in one, not coming back, just going through, then you're going to have a tough one. You're going to have a tough one. And so in my one-man show, I have these two kind of angels debating what to do to me. So they decide that I'm going to go to one of the worst boarding schools in Britain, owned by a paedophile. That my father will be a military officer. My mother will be an artist. They're not going to get on. My father will become an alcoholic. So there's all this sort of thing is, all sort of panned out by in my mind. These two angels who are deciding, or spirits are deciding my future. A bit like Christmas Carol, I think. I'm a very huge fan of Charles Dickens. So anyway, I went to a boarding school, sadly owned by a paedophile. He died before anything could happen, but there were so many schools in those days that just literally, there were so many, and even some people that haven't come forward. I've actually appeared on television. I spoke on BBC. I spoke on ITV News Southeast, because it was set. My boarding school was in Dorset, but I went to another school. So that school was very sexual, and the bullies were actually terrible, because the poor bullies were being abused, and they were wondering why the people who they were bullying were not. So that's why you were bullied, is because you weren't getting what they were getting. But it was all covered up. They didn't talk about it. So all this stuff was going on. So they had this culture of, God, it was horror. And by the time I went to my second school, which was extremely brutal, and that's all covered up. And it wasn't like we were a very wealthy family. My father had to get a job. My dad's desire was to send us to the best schools, and that was it, but we didn't have the money to do that. But my father, when he was a boy, was sent to a boarding school, and he was left there on his own when he was 4 years old, and his parents kind of ignored him. And you think to yourself, well, surely he would have learnt. But anyway, so his desire was to send me to this school, and the only way I could go there was my father got a job in Qatar, which is a tax-free state.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So he was able to fulfill his dreams. It wasn't my dreams. This was not my dream at all. I was having such a good time in the local comprehensive. I was very popular. I had loads of friends there. And I used to love, I was Arsenal. I always played, I was an Arsenal kid. I loved Arsenal.
Yes.
And my mate loved Tottenham, and we kicked the ball around. We were great friends, and it was lovely. But then you see, everything was in colour. I just remember it all in colour, and suddenly it all went to black and white. Everything just went into black and white, and it went to these things where I couldn't remember what happened. Still to this day, I can't remember what happened in that place, And you carry the scars from there because, they're imprinted in you, but you don't realise they are. So you end up going to the next school, but you're already traumatised from the first school, so you're moving on to another school. You go, what the hell's going on here? So and the kids are picking on you because they just can see from your laser eyes if you're walking around, I'm Mr. Vulnerable, going, hello, I'm Mr. Vulnerable. Look at me. You're going to love me. You're going to bully me to death because the simple thing is you don't know what's going on. You can't cope. You're using a coping mechanism at an age which is incredibly difficult to do. So you're trying to manage yourself in a world which is unmanageable. Can you imagine? So I was very good at running. I was the first 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to run. Mainly to try and escape, I think. I mean, I tried,
Yeah.
So, to not come back, I think was my, but no, it was, that was difficult. And then, of course, I decided to go into the entertainment industry because in a way it's a wonderful way to hide. Because you can be anything, you can be anyone, you know what I mean?
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very...
Put a mask on,
It's
easy.
easy to hide in
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah,
and then you
exactly.
drink and that goes, and you end up drinking. I was very disciplined. I wouldn't drink during a show at all, but afterwards I get absolutely pie-eyed. My problem was I wasn't an alcoholic in the sense that I had to have a drink every moment, or there had to be, or I had to pour a drink in the morning. No, I was a social alcoholic in the sense that I would drink and drink and drink and drink until there wasn't a drop left. And at night, what would happen is you'd go to a bar, and the actual table would have loads of drinks on them, right?
Yes.
You did something called minesweeping. You know what minesweeping is?
No, what's...
Well, minesweeping is where you literally take, because you're addicted to alcohol, so you literally take any drink and just knock it back. It doesn't matter what it was. Someone might have vomited in the bloody drink. As long as it smelled of alcohol, you risk the vomit.
So,
I mean, that's how terrible it is,
It can be that terrible.
It can be that terrible.
But
It's a hook.
But what was your cure to stop you to be sober? Like, how did you...
Well, that was
your tips?
How did I do it? Buddhism. Not Buddhism. Sorry, that comes later. I did Vipassana for 10 days. And then after that, I remember going to a film screening of a film I did. And I remember that I had 4 very large glasses of red wine purely to see what would happen, if I had a hangover. And because I'd been in this 10-day sort of trance, if you like. I wanted to be able to sit outside myself and watch what this was doing to me, and I realised that actually I was killing myself. I was poisoning myself to death. I wasn't going to last long on this earth if I was going to carry on that path.
No, exactly.
So that was it. That was the day I decided no more. That was it. No more.
Yeah.
I mean, I was destroying everything. My house was falling to bits. Everything was falling to bits, and I was unaware at that time what it was inside me that was doing this. I mean, the doctors were the NHS were useless. They said to me basically, I thought they had anxiety or depression. No, I had trauma. There's a hugely different thing because it relates to your childhood. Anxiety and depression can come anywhere, in life. They're not. So
it's true. It can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And complex trauma is it's almost like having if you like shrapnel in the body. So you got you're not quite sure when it's going to come up or when it's not going to come up because you don't know where it is. So it's kind of it's lots of moments from your life which can appear at any moment, but you don't remember them. So it's much harder than PTSD, which is one event, and that was coined after the Vietnam War in 1975 when they decided that, which was shell shock in the First World War, when soldiers would have terrible remembrance of like a tank or something blowing up like that, or something horrible like that, and that would be what they coined, and they said that was a particular memory.
Yeah. So what made you go into Buddhism then?
I was at my wit's end.
How were you introduced to it?
Via a card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, via card. I've got some on me. I've got something. I'm not going to shakabuki everybody. Don't worry. I won't do it.
Yeah.
But that's what they call shakabukas when you hand a card out and somebody else joins the Buddhist thing. But it's certainly, it's been incredible. I've got to say, and that doing before Buddhism, doing that chanting, the meditation before doing that was amazing as well. It was incredible to do 10 days of that. But Buddhism, I do something called Nichiren Buddhism, which is Tina Turner's Buddhism, Herbie Hancock, Orlando Bloom. I mean, the list goes on, and it's incredible. It's life-saving stuff. It's extraordinary, and it's certainly changed me as a human being. I went through a difficult moment when I left my home. I sold my home in Hackney, and it was a bad move because it was in a bad state, and I could have done it up. And to this day, there's all those regrets. Oh, I could have done this. I could have done that. But then I suddenly realised it's coulda, shoulda, whatever. It's the materialistic path, and that's not the way to go in life. It's not.
No,
it really
exactly.
isn't. Don't take that path, whatever you do.
No.
That road leads to misery, folks. No, it is. It is the miserable. It is the miserable way to go. Honestly, the materialistic world, which is why I say about when you said about EastEnders, I said yes, it's very nice to have done it, but it's a materialistic look at life. It's not nothing.
But it is. I mean, it is. People would think it is huge because EastEnders is UK.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Show.
It is a huge show, definitely.
Everyone
and it's
knows about
It's
it.
an achievement, certainly. It's an achievement, but it's not. In the great scheme of things, I prefer to walk in nature or look at.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer to take my shoes off. I'm an old hippie. I prefer to take my shoes and socks off, walk around in the park, and feel the energy of electricity through my feet rather than an episode of EastEnders. I'm sorry, but that's just me.
No, it's true.
Yeah, I do love my work. I do love it. But and what Buddhism does is it gives you grounding. It roots you. One of the things about I don't even like to talk about trauma because I think what we have to remember with mental health is that there is gold in the mental health. You've got to remember there's not just bad, there's also good. I've got a coin at home that says love fate, and that basically means love the good and bad of life. Don't just love the good, always love the bad, because if we can love both good and bad, then we're on a good keel.
Yeah, and it's good you found your path to recovery.
Yes.
Because obviously everyone works differently.
Yeah. I like to.
That might
these
work
days,
for
what
you,
I like
but it
to
might
do.
not work.
No, absolutely. No, and some people won't do that. That's absolutely up to them. It's just my way of finding things. But one of the interesting things I think is about having come this far in Buddhism is the things on stage where you get a lot of stage fright. Now, with trauma, that can be quite tricky. So I like to know all my lines way in advance. I like to know. So by the time I'm ready to go, I've had a lot of time to practice or get myself there, because it can be quite unnerving if something just catches you off guard. You know what I mean? So you just have to be really, really prepared. I'm very, very prepared and very polished about what I do and very slick, because I gotta be.
Yes.
I gotta be.
So do you have a website where people can view you, social media
I don't
pages?
have a website.
No social media?
Yeah, I'm all over that. Yeah, annoyingly so, actually. Jonathon Hansler, I'm on Facebook as Jonathon Hansler, Jonathan Hansler, Hansler. And interestingly enough, I chose the name Hansler because my great-great-great-grandfather was the first person to be knighted by Queen Victoria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. He was...
Yes.
Yeah, and apparently he was very tall, and she was very short. And he's the only man in history to have been dubbed twice because she couldn't lift the sword to knight him. Because the other guys, the kings before, whoever it was, they'd all had the big swords, So she was tiny, and he's this guy, and when he kneels down, he's about 6'4". She's trying to lift this battle axe to try and dub him, and she could have cut his head off. So she actually said, "Do you mind going away?" And he called him back again and had a lighter sword made. And apparently, and I don't know if this is true, it could just be legend, but legend's wonderful in its own way. That's the sword that uses to knight all the peers of the realm.
That's amazing, yes. So anything else you would like to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 plays at the moment. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm doing a play playing Stalin, which is, it's called Vodka with Stalin. And it's a true story. It's a true story. I don't drink in it anymore. No, that's not the way I do that. In fact, Stalin didn't either. But that's another story. Did you know he used to give people water? He used to give everyone vodka, but he'd drink water himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't trust anyone. Anyway, yeah, so I'm playing Stalin in that, and then that's at the Gatehouse in Highgate from the 15th to the 27th of October. True story, based on a completely true story. And the other play I'm about to do as well, which comes shortly after that, is called Until She Sleeps, which is a brand new play which has got an award-winning off West End winning director directing it. I play a husband whose wife is dying of motor neurons disease, and it's a really moving, very affecting.
Sorry. So when you say plays, do you mean theatres?
Yeah, theatres. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm doing two
really
shows. Yeah, one is at the White Bear. This is at the White Bear, and that's from the 5th to the 16th of November, and that's called Until She Sleeps. So yes, two shows coming up.
So have a look and get tickets.
But also remember, guys, if you want to, Nichiren Buddhism is amazing. If you have got any things that issues, whatever you're feeling, have a chant, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. That's what I do for an hour. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will see you again. Thank you.
Mind Over Matter. I've been joined by Yolanda. Welcome, Yolanda, to the show.
Thank you.
You're here to talk about self-growth and self-development.
Yes.
Tell us about your journey on self-growth. What does self-growth mean to you?
I think self-growth for me means being more confident and comfortable. I think comfortable is a better word, in my own skin.
Yeah.
And just, having that confidence in who I am and what I stand for, and being that.
You're an actor.
Yes.
So how important is that kind of self-growth? How important is that self-confidence in what you do?
I think the most important part is because as an actor you do so many auditions and everything. It's 99% of the time it's always no.
A lot of knockbacks.
Yes, and I think the most important thing that I was taught is not to take that personal, because they have so many people audition, and the casting people, they always have already an idea in their head of what they want, and it's not that you're a bad actor.
Yeah.
That's not why they don't choose you.
You just don't fit.
Yeah, you just don't fit that imagination that they had, or maybe the other person had better chemistry with somebody. It's always things that are out of your hand, and having an audition is already something that they see something in you. So
So you've built like a great amount of resilience in yourself.
Yes, I'd say so.
How do you develop that resilience when you get so many knockbacks and so many no's and so many doors closing in you? How do you develop that resilience?
I think just the most important thing is not trying to take it personal. I read somewhere from a different actor that said a no, it's not a no, it's a not right now. And I feel like that helped me a lot. And also trying, as soon as the audition's done, just try and forget about it.
Yeah. That's a really positive way to look at it. I like that. Just, it's not for you, it's not your time.
Yes.
But your time will come.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep going. Just do the next thing.
Have there ever been kind of particular stages in your life where it was like, this is a real turning point for me in terms of self-growth, in terms of self-development?
I think
maybe a certain break you got in the industry, or maybe kind of turning 18 or turning a certain age, or you moved away, any kind of period in your life in particular that was a real turning point for you?
I think I was a very insecure child and teenager, so I think later on, because I just never felt like I fit in somehow, so I think during my first year of uni was the first time that I properly found people where I could be myself. And I've never realised that before. I was not properly myself. And so since then I've been trying to pick and find people where I can be myself, and I think that helped a lot. Yeah,
That's
because
really important, actually, isn't it? It's finding your people.
Yes.
Isn't it? Sometimes you won't fit in with every crowd, and you're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
supposed to.
No,
You
yeah.
don't want to fit in with every crowd. You want to find your kind of people.
Exactly, and sometimes when you're, sometimes you need to act a bit weird or something like that, as you do, and I like being a bit quirky or something like that. And some people look at you funny, and some people accept it and are the same, so...
Yeah. They look at you funny, they're not your people.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not
Exactly.
your crowd. And was your people at university, was it the acting crowd, was it the drama people? Is that where you kind of found your place?
No, funny enough, not. During uni, because I studied drama, but I was in my course, one of the few international peoples.
Okay.
So I think, I don't know why, because there were so many Brits and then just a few of us international people. So I found my way better with internationals.
I see.
Probably simply because we were all a bit outsiders. Maybe through that, and obviously we didn't have the same cultural background.
Yeah.
Maybe through that, I don't know.
You
I
kind
don't
of
know.
felt like outsiders from the get-go.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped you bond.
Yeah, and I was 20 when I went to uni, and most of the people that in my course were 18. And even though it's just 2 years, from 18 to 20, it's a big jump.
It's a big jump, definitely.
So, yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 25.
25, yeah. So
Yeah.
you can imagine kind of the person you were at 20
Oh, yeah.
is different to the person you are at 25.
Oh, 100%, 100%, yeah.
What would you say to your younger self, to your 20-year-old self, in terms of kind of self-growth and self-development? What advice would you give?
Just keep on working, just be who you are, and it's gonna be okay. You'll always find people that you get on with and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of find your people.
Yeah, I think so.
And what's next for you in terms of acting, in terms of self-growth and improving yourself?
I think I need to have a bit more confidence in I don't want to say in my work, because I know I can get there, but have the confidence to approach people that are in the industry and I know are going to help me, because I'm looking for an agent right now, and I've been putting off for so long, being like, oh, I want to get better headshots, but now I have better headshots. I want to get my show reel better, and just like, it's okay for now, just like go on with it. Give myself,
keep going.
Yes, exactly. Give myself a bit of a kick up the butt.
Kind of network a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of industry professionals.
Yeah.
Good. What advice would you have to any budding actors out there, maybe lacking a bit of self-confidence, looking for ways to grow?
I would say get yourself friends that hype you up.
Yeah.
After uni I did a 6-month screen acting course, and there I found a bunch of friends where we're like really good at that. Come on, let's do it. Let's get together, film something, just to get like some footage or something like that.
Yeah. Just people who like build you up. And,
exactly, because it helps so much. Because when you see yourself, it's such a weird thing to see yourself on screen and to hear yourself on screen, and there's always like, oh, I don't look nice in that shot, oh, I could have done that better.
You'll always find something, right?
Exactly. But other people see you a lot differently than you see yourself, so I think it's very important to build yourself up.
It's so important, isn't it? Just to hear another perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's that nagging voice in yourself. You're
Exactly.
like, oh, I didn't do that right, or that was terrible. You know, but you need sometimes someone from the outside to have a different perspective.
Yeah,
So actually, that was
absolutely.
really good. And you won't often say that yourself.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because you'll always find something that's like,
Final question.
Yeah.
Do you think confidence is something that people just have naturally, or do you think it's something that they kind of need to work at?
I think initially, as a child, yes, but I think in childhood, a lot of things happen that kind of destroy that confidence a little bit. Because little children, they don't care about other people. They run around, they scream, they do whatever they want. And then I think it's maybe parents, they'll be like, oh no, don't do that, what will other people think?
Yeah.
And I think it starts with little things like that, being like getting really self-conscious.
Yeah.
And I think, it's not even things that we can control.
Yeah, it's even things like just getting told off for like being too loud or wearing something a bit too loud.
Yes.
You know, sometimes even speaking your opinion.
Yeah, and
People might say,
also,
don't say that, you don't want to offend people. Yeah.
yeah, and also with social media, more and more little kids have social media, and just that, oh, my friend got more likes than I did, whatnot. It's like that means they're better than me, then they're cooler than me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's just things like that knock us back down a little bit.
Yeah. But we can kind of work through that. There are ways to build our confidence.
Yeah.
To work towards self-growth and self-development.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. I think it just goes to show that, you know, nothing we can take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to work through lots of different things.